Mm.
Perfect.
Yeah, please.
Um, So, yeah, what we bought almost 3 million square meters, so it's very big, like 2 kilometers, like beach, because we need the place to be very big, because we want a lot of things that are happening all the time. That means that, yeah, we can. Since the beginning, some people told us maybe like start just with like like 30 spaces and 40, and later be like like making more big. But we want that every day there is a lot of events happening, like not only like a small like yoga retreat or like fitness thing or paddle competition. Also, like I imagine how you open an app and you have a lot of like things happening, and you can join all the like events or like meeting wherever are more like interested to you.
Mm.
So
Mm.
we need to be big, because we don't want people only stay like 1 2 weeks a little get bored, because around Zumba is still like Bali 30 years ago. So there is
Yeah.
like almost nothing. It's very beautiful, but people also get like bored of paradise. So we need like a place where there is like auto facilities, and people like not only like coming for like 1 2 weeks, also people living there, not maybe forever, but maybe like 2 3 4 5 months. So yeah, that's our goal. The good thing, we are able to afford like good price, to other people that want to invest, because we bought the
Mm.
land at good price. That's the main reason. And of course, the construction prices are not the same in Europe or Scotland, than Indonesia. That even if we pay more than the media there, it still is more affordable. So
Yeah.
yeah, is thank you very much, Kushal. I have said like
Uh,
I always say like good morning, afternoon, and evening. Thank you very much for being
uh,
here in the podcast.
of
I
course.
think your profile, Kushal, is super interesting. I discovered you, I think, was last week, because I think Twitter each time recommend you better people that before Elon Musk bought it like 2 years ago or 1 year ago. Now I think Twitter
Yeah.
is much more interesting. And yeah, if you can tell the people what you are doing now and how you help entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Khushal. So basically, what my job is to, so I started off as a freelancer wherein I used to help founders, help startup owners to build mobile apps for them. So that's what I do. Like slowly and transitioning, scaling into what I do. I've converted into a design development studio wherein now we do animations as well for like launch videos and everything. So it's like a place wherein you can have your design done, your like motion graphics, motion design, your launch videos, and your mobile apps built at design. Okay, so this is what we do right now. And to give you a bit of a context, so like I'm an undergrad student here in Scotland right now. I'm about to graduate in June, and I started off when I was like after my like 12th grade. I know when I was like 15, 16. So I started off back then. So yeah, this is how like this is what I do now.
Yeah, because you are
Yeah.
super young, it's time. I feel like time go faster. And I remember when I was 21, I mean, AI still didn't exist. I am already 36, and it's incredible. And it's amazing because AI is helping us, to a lot of us
Yeah.
like develop things, and
Yeah.
also like find the new people. So one interesting thing that I found on your website is that mostly, correct me if I'm wrong, you have like entrepreneurs like to design their like perfect or the best possible design for their apps and website in
Yeah.
less than 2 weeks. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's right.
How do you do that like so like quick? I mean, I suppose because sometimes you receive like the best like note like approach how they would like their website to look like, but I suppose sometimes there is like a revision or like some things that they would need to improve. Like, do you take like some project at the same time? You do just one at a time? How do you do it?
So basically, what we try to do is, so 2 weeks is for design and development, wherein the first week goes into the design part, where we expect the people that were helping design with our clients to give like a iterative feedback on what we have done. Okay, so it's like a very asynchronous communication going on, wherein we are like, okay, we need to build this, and we are just doing that, focusing on that part, wherein our priority is to first have like concealed the idea of what is to be done. Okay, so we'll send a few drafts in the first 2 days to understand what design pattern like do what they want to go through. And if they are like, okay, this design feels good, this taste is nice, okay, then we forward to making other designs, which helps us in like being like with an idea. Okay, this person like this, so that's how we are gonna develop it further. And then again and again, like asking them to maybe checking Figma and everything. And it's like we try to do it in a week, but sometimes it's like if there are many more feedbacks or if the project length is a lot, it's okay. Like clients are usually okay going off time a bit to get like the best quality of work possible, and we want that as well. Okay, so many a times it's like it's gonna go off by like let's say more 3 days or 4 days, which is okay. But technically if you see, like we have all the first drafts, all the first iterations done in the first week itself, and most of the time like they initially like it, and they are like okay, let's start the development part. And if it's like in terms like if they have agreed, okay, this flow looks good, like for example if you are making the onboarding of a mobile app and they like it, so like other people in the team like they start developing it, or maybe start developing the design, like design the other parts of it, you know. So it's like everything is happening like one below the other parallelly. It's not like we are waiting for something to happen, something, you know. So that's why, which helps us a lot. And yeah, like this is how like it's a very, it's a process where like there's a lot of communication which helps us achieve this. But yeah.
Who is Kushal your ideal target? And also at the same time, saying other question, how do you get your customer? Because it's the most difficult thing that most of the people, like they are starting now.
Yeah.
Idea is easier, execution is the difficult thing.
Yeah.
In the sense of like getting the client, how do you get your clients, and
Yeah,
which is your ideal one? Yeah.
that's a very like important question, and maybe everyone who's maybe watching this would be interested in this part itself, you know. Because yeah, but yeah, like I mean for me my ideal customers is like people who want to move fast. And for example, we are working with companies who, like people can whiteboard right nowadays, okay, that's not a problem, okay, but people don't have time to do that as well. Like for example, we are working with a company who has their own like you know, like body scales, body where you like get your weight done and everything, you know, like steamers, they have portable steamers. So we are working with them in order to make like a mobile app for them which connects with like Bluetooth and everything, okay. So for example, these are very complex projects that like you need to give your dedicated time upon, okay. So projects like these, people like these, like who have very complicated projects, who have like a need of a proper in-house team to take care of the mobile app side, those are our ideal customers, and those are what we want to work with and we work with as well, you know. And getting customers, like getting clients, it's all like initially when I started off, it used to be LinkedIn where I used to get my clients off. And it's like it wouldn't be a lot, because like when I was like just a freelancer, just working every, like doing everything alone, like I did not know like what I'm going to do next month, because it's like I'm getting a person for just that period of time, and I'm getting the client, you know. So at that time I was like trying to post consistently on LinkedIn, trying to like grow my account over there, so I used to get my clients over there from there. And then when I was like very much bored of it, then I came to Twitter, where I tried to like create like some base of an audience, maybe people who might be interested in what I am sharing. So from there I got rest of my clients, you know. So until now I don't have any much funnels, any other funnels. It's just like Twitter where I post everything. And sometimes I post on YouTube as well, like tutorials that used to be like before a year, but I never got any like clients from there. But it used like it played an important role to build like a credibility, and then like to people to see like okay, this person knows what he is doing, maybe. So that like helped in that. But like for right now, all of my clients come from Twitter itself.
Yeah, you mentioned something very interesting. I mean, credibility is key always, and mostly keeping in mind there is, and this is the next question, there is thousands of like website. It's happening a lot of niche
Mm.
that do similar thing that you do. So for me, the most interesting thing or difficult thing is like how do you differentiate from the other one? What can you provide? I suppose it's not the price because always there's gonna be someone with who is cheaper. How you provide
Yeah.
like something different to make that client like choose you and not another one?
Yeah, for example, in our scenario, if somebody is working with us, like we try to empower them with a lot of extras that we do. For example, if a client has just come for design work, for example, we just don't do the design work. Okay, it's it's I don't know, my habit or a habit to like get around and like try to make something more out of it, like for example doing some like small motion graphic works like for free. Okay, just providing it with them. Okay, just as like, okay, I love your project and I would love to do this small animation for you, just have it, or maybe a small demo video for them, or which does not take a lot of effort from our end itself, but it's like a good thing to have. Okay, so that they know that they like we actually care about the project. Okay, so that's what like additionally we love to pour in. And it's like first, like of course, like we try to be as fast as possible, as the quality of whatever we do needs to be as on the par with all of the big players are doing in this scenario, so it's like we try to match that, keeping the like cutting down the costs for them, and trying to be a bridge between people who just want to enter into this space of tech you know
Are you scared about AI? Because
Oh
for
yes.
how I imagine, not in 10 years, like in 1 2 years, is I define imagine lovable if you can tell. Because now the code each month do it much faster. But imagine in 1 year the design you say, I love this kind of design, do it very replicate are even better. And after 5 minutes you receive something amazing. It could happen. So
Yeah.
how do you think you we can be like you can be like like in a step forward than lovable because it's difficult. You are one person, maybe there are gonna be 500 working in next month. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, you speak about 1 2 years, Carlos. I'm scared about tomorrow. Okay, so so yeah, that factor is always going to be there. Okay, like, and it's gonna go just increase. Like this, the fear is gonna just increase from here, because like it's getting good and good day by day. But to like ensure that we have a good place here and we be here even if AI is there, I'm trying to build like internal tools for us, which like right now I'm building, which then can be made public, and then that's going to be like the main core of like the studio, wherein we build a lot of these tools. Like for example, right now I'm working on like an analytical tool just for mobile developers. Okay, so like for example, you must know what post hog is, what mix panel is. I don't know if you know, but
Mm.
yeah, so these basically are like analytics that you can like check of whatever is happening on your mobile phone. That's what I'm trying to build for like my clients internally, and then make it public for everyone. Okay, so that like it's so it can connect to anything that you have, and then you can have multiple integrations as well, so like to summarize this, basically I'm trying to build more like software products internally, and then slowly move from service, keeping this alive, not like skipping this, keeping the service thing alive, wherein we also produce like software products which can help people. Right now I am more focused on distribution part, as you know, like it's very important. If you don't have distribution, you're basically dead in today's world. So that's what I'm trying to focus on right now. And yeah, once distribution is set, then we'll be able to like market these products to all the people out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
distribution is key. And I was thinking the last
Yeah.
month, the company who creates something like, imagine like the double but for distribution, in the sense of like, is able to find you the client in some way, that will be the super unicorn, because that's now
Yeah.
the more difficult thing. So I'm also like
Yeah.
trying to think how someone is going to create something we still don't know. We don't know, going to be 6 months, 6 years, but in a way
Yeah.
that's the best lead. Because I was thinking, for example, regarding in our field like real estate, most of us we are paying money to get the same leads, like we
Yeah.
are like overspending money when we should like organize well, and each one have their own lead. It should be like a way. So yeah, I tell you this because regarding project, I like launching project, but the important things like continuing them, like scaling them. When you receive like a project, like to develop, someone interested to know more about pricing, how does it work? Do you know since the beginning, like, okay, this project makes sense, maybe it's gonna succeed, or I think this is like, I mean, I can do it and I accept it, but it's very difficult that this guy make money with this project. Do you think that, or do you accept all the projects? Yeah,
Sometimes, because you see like right now, there are many AI wrappers which are like just there, and it's like does a very simple job which like a normal prompt could do inside Claude or ChatGPT, but
yeah,
still they make money. Okay, so it's like in today's time, it's very difficult to claim that and say that with like assurance, because anything with good distribution has a market. Okay, so again, that's there. Like if there are always a group of people who would be interested in what you're building. So can't really say that. Like when I was like starting off, maybe I could say for a few projects, but not now, because if you have the distribution, you have the market. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And do you see yourself eventually like taking equity in a startup instead of like charging them like a fee or not? Yeah, you prefer to work with fees. Yeah.
Oh no, I've done that. I've done that like quite a few times.
And
I've taken that.
how
But
has been the
thing,
experience?
no, it's not good. Yeah, no, no. Then it's like the expectations from you increase a lot. Like they would want you to be emotionally invested into the project as much as they are. And they would want some things which you're not ready or you don't have time for actually to put in, because for you that's a project and for them it's like an emotion involved as well. So that becomes a problem in the long run. I've
Yeah,
experienced
in
that.
long term, yeah, because as I suppose,
Yeah,
claro, the priority is like 100%, but it's impossible
yeah,
that you are like 100% like them. So I
yeah,
suppose the expectation is very
yeah,
important to, like to the like the boundary, like the limits that you can like
exactly.
afford, like reach. It's like
Yeah,
here and not more. So I think that's very important, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
communication is key. I think that is like couples, when you have like a co-founder, like I love the project, I could like
Yeah,
help you maybe, but
yeah,
this is how I can go until here.
yeah. Like 3 days ago I also got a message similar to this, like if you can do this, do this for equity, do the no, stop that, you know no.
Yeah, Kushal, normally I asked everybody what advice they would give to themselves if they are again 20 years old. But in your case, you are too young. This question doesn't make a lot
Yeah,
of sense because that would be like last year. But
yeah.
when you start, I suppose, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, what thing do you know today that you would like to have known before?
It's like if I had a chance to do everything again, I would just post more of my work, because at the end of the day that's what is getting everything. So it's like I would post twice as much as like I am doing right now, and I'll be active on a lot of different platforms. I would take time to do that. I would invest my energy into putting out value as such, okay, to different people or like on social media, and then everything else that comes in is through that, and creating more funnels for myself, because right now what I'm experiencing as a problem for me is that I have only one funnel, that is Twitter, and I'm very much reliant on that. Okay, so tomorrow if anything happens, I just only have this. I need to create more funnels, so I would prepare myself to do that and invest my time and energy and money to build that.
Yeah, to have different like acquisition channel, right? Because if
Yeah,
you rely
exactly.
only in one like
Yeah,
channel and later stop or reduce there the
yeah,
client, everything like a stop. Yeah.
exactly.
I think that's happened with a lot of business. Like, for
Mm,
example, we rely on Meta or Instagram for the ads and we don't have like organic visits.
yeah,
Suddenly everything like change or the price increase and we are all like that.
exactly.
How you see Kushal in the next 5 years? If everything go well, how do you see the project going?
No, I mean, like, it's a very difficult thing to say, because each and every day you open your Twitter and you see Claude put out something that's killing many startups. So it's like, I think there is going to be a dominance of Anthropic and of OpenAI. That's what only I can assume, and like things are going to change like drastically. You can't even expect what's going to come next. Because if you see right now, what I personally thought was so difficult to make like motion graphic videos, motion launch videos using AI and stuff, but Replit did that, Remotion did that, wherein they bought so many things where you can like create these videos by yourself. So these changes are just happening like as we speak. So like in the 5 years, it's all going to be automations working for you. You're just like on your desk expecting a response from AI that okay, this much money has been deposited into your account. So that's only I can expect in the next 5 years. Nothing
Things
else.
are very fast. How people
Yeah.
can follow your journey, your social media or like website? How people can
Yeah.
follow you?
So basically, like I'm active on like Twitter a lot, so that would be the best place to find me. Yeah, like and you can maybe reach out to me, book a call over there if you have anything, and like yeah, and my website is in my bio on Twitter itself. So yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So, Kushal, thank you very much
Of
for
course.
your time, for being here. I hope we can see you very soon in
Yeah, of
Ecovit
course,
City,
Carlos.
sharing your experience and sharing that
Yeah,
like and building new project with people there. Yeah, because I think life is better when you are working in something that you are excited, about
yeah,
things that you remove, when you wake up and you are like
yeah,
excited to open the computer and say, I want to
yeah,
implement this. When you're in the bed, I
yeah,
think life is much happier, in
yeah.
it. And in the other side, nobody want to be again with a Monday at 7 a.m. with the alarm. Oh no, I would
For sure.
to be again a Friday,
Yeah, I
So
get you.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so
Kushal.
much for having me, Carlos. It was a wonderful talk. Yeah.